masculine traits would I imprint on my son? Don't be afraid. Always stand up for yourself. It's okay to show emotion.
I think I would like my son to be able to appreciate the difference between the sexes, masculine and female, and appreciate that even though you're male, you might have some what is historically described as feminine qualities, but that's fine. Yeah, that could be part of masculinity as well. And as I say that, I'm just thinking of my nephew who's 15, and he was always told that he was a little bit too soft or too kind, and he should be a little bit more pushy and a bit more bossy because that's what boys do. But he's always been kind of very open-hearted, very kind, and I think that's a beautiful part of masculinity. Some of the kindest experiences I've had in my life has been from men, you know. So I would like my son to be, I don't want to imprint him too much because I'd like him to discover things for himself as well and make his own decisions, mind up and that sort of thing. But I would like him to know that some of what historically has been described as feminine, he could embrace that, and that is fine. That's part of masculinity. And some of the more kind of unhelpful elements that has been described as masculine, he don't necessarily have to embrace that, because he doesn't have to be a stereotypical masculine person.
Oh, is that from what you have as from what I go through in life and the mistake I make? I would like the next generation to actually make the same mistake. So I give them some advice on how, from what I've learned in life, and how they should move forward so that they can get it right. It's not because you want to prevent them from having their one way of life. When I was growing up, my father said things and I completely ignored it because it's the way he said it, and I just want to do my own thing and have my own fun because he got through life already, and what his intention was, the mistake that he make and the things that he go through, he have the right is to tell you, don't go down that road because I've been down there, and this is what, so to avoid that. And I didn't actually listen to most of it because I just think he wanted to stop me from doing what I want to do, but because his intention was for me not to make the mistake he make or go down the same road. But now I understand why he was saying those things that you want. You want the best for you, and you want the best for your generation coming. Are they going to listen to you? Yeah, that is the question. Just like from my experience, I didn't listen to.
Ooh, how would I implement masculinity into my son? That's a good question. Do you know what? To be honest, teaching him the value of being a person, not just a man, but to be a person. For me as a father, my job is to raise outstanding citizens. To raise a child isn't to dictate, it's to guide. I can't hold my child's hand through life as much as sometimes I would like to, because it's a really tough life out here, but it's to guide. So as long as he's respectful of himself first and foremost, and he loves himself, and he respects others around him, he respects his environment, to defend himself, to look after his family, provide for his family, to love his family. As long as he's doing all of those things, I think he's doing what he needs to do as a man, rather than thinking that he can go around the world beating everyone up because he's a man and he's strong, and disrespecting women because he's physically stronger or whatever, So I feel, for me, as long as he respects himself, respects others around him, respects his environment, provides for his family, loves his family with all his heart, genuinely, then yeah, I'm happy.
Masculinity to me is probably old-fashioned, and that probably depends on how I was brought up, in a home that I was brought up. In my home that I was brought up, my parents didn't have boy children. My dad was quite a masculine man, very much masculine, father of the home, head of the home, to my mom, to children, to grandchildren, and that was imprinted in me. That's how I see masculinity. Yeah? For me, a man ought to be a man. Yeah? A man must be able to do things that probably a woman cannot do, if that's possible. But I think a man is supposed to have responsibility, stand up to his responsibility, be responsible, yeah, and most time be a leader for his home, children, or whatever part you choose to take in life.